Today is October 29th, 2014. This letter is for you, Gracie, and it's one of these that I kind of don't like doing, but I'm going to, but just to be on the safe side. I do have a will and testament. Gracie, if anything ever happens to me at this day and time, I, Jeffrey Jansen, hereby grant Gracie and Stapp, the executor of my estate, whatever I've got, probably nothing. But I also, everything I have goes directly to Gracie Ann. She is my little girl. I love her with her entire life. Circumstances. At all times, the Jansen family, Kuhn family, Allison family, they are all to take part in her life. She used to see them a couple times a year for a couple hours a year. I'm talking to like maybe about twice a month, 3 times a month. She is to be left with the care of my father. She is also to be left with the care of my sister and my brother-in-law and my 3 nephews. She has sole custody of all my rights. Until then, a direct family member of mine will have all access until the age of 25. She has no access to anything. Everything will be put into a different security account or money, whatever, if I ever have any. All my belongings, she's allowed everything at the age of 25. If she needs money before that, whatever's in there, she can kind of pull out what she needs, 10% per year, up until the age of 25. At the age of 25, she has the sole selection of pulling it all, keeping it in, but until the age of 25, she's not allowed to have everything. I'm only doing that to make sure that she is taken care of. And in order to get it all taken care of, she must be in communication at different times with people in my family, if not myself. If she fails in these tasks, the money will go to a charitable organization or it'll go to other family members. Everything of mine will go to Gracie Ann Stapp, which was Gracie Ann Jansen to me, on if anything ever happened to me. However, she has to view all videos alone by herself without her mother or anybody else around. She has to view this by herself without anybody around. She has to take the blunt of the blow. She has to take this head on. She cannot take it head on, then she is not entitled to everything until she is ready to take it head on. I feel that by the age of 25, by then that should give her enough time to watch all videos, see how I cared about her, see how much I love her. So, up until the age of 25, she has that time to watch the videos I make for her, which she can watch even more later, but I want her to know, and without getting any of the pictures erased by her mother, I do not, at this time, trust her mother. I do not have any faith in her mother. I do not have any hope anymore about what her mother's capabilities are and what her mother is capable of doing in defiance of me, and basically, I don't even trust her with the security of Gracie Ann at this moment. I have gone out of my way. Everybody thinks I'm in love or no, or they try to convince that I like her. The fact is, I've done everything I could for my daughter Gracie. I wanted to see my daughter more. I did whatever it took. And I promised a long time ago I'd always do whatever it took. If that means I have to be nice to the mother, I'll be nice to the mother. But with her games, they're constantly dating pedophiles, predators, murderers, which she has, and these are all on record in the court system. She has dated all of these types of characters. For some reason, she feels that she likes the bad boy. She wants to try to help everybody, you know. She has dated and slept with married men. She is not a good person. And at this point right now, as of October 29, 2014, I cannot look at her as a good person. Can she change? Yes. And if she does change, and she does change my mind, I will change this will and testament. However, at this time, anything that Gracie gets in mind, or any time that she goes to the court, she has to do it by herself or with an immediate family member of mine that has no ties to Micah Stapp or anybody in the Stapp Cantor family, or Will family for that matter. At this time, Gracie needs to know, and because I am afraid that if Micah gets around any of my technical stuff, she'll do everything in her power to erase it or have it destroyed, and I have to protect who I am, because everything I do is for my daughter. I love my daughter more than anything else in the world, and I'd do anything for her. The mother has played too many games with me. She keeps going back and forth. She constantly tries to set me up. She'll have me text message her, well, then she'll tell me I have to call her or something. She will get communications to me in any way so she doesn't have to get stuff used in court. She goes to court, she doesn't have records. She pretends like nothing ever happened. And she plays the innocent victim routine. Well, when she married a murderer, had a kid with a murderer. Now, I'm going to make this clear also. Gabby Stapp, Gracie's little sister. I love her to death, and that is not my child. That is Benny's child. However, Benny is the murderer. But I do not hold any grudges, any ill will towards Gabriella, because Gabby is not Gabby's fault. The sins of the parents is never the sins of the child. Is it a mistake that Gabby was born? No, I do not feel it was a mistake. I think Gabby is a blessing on this earth, and I think she's a very beautiful child. Gracie is very lucky to have Gabby as a sister, and I want the entire world to know that if anything were to happen to me, that I have no ill will towards Gabby, and I will protect her just as like I protected my daughter Gracie. That being said, Micah, I do not trust. The Stapp family, I do not trust. They were all in it together. This has been going on too many generations. It goes all the way back to the great-great-grandparents who did not, they keep having kids with different guys, kicking the guys out. They are out for their own personal needs. I don't know what they need. And they always are trying to help the worst of the worst. Now, next part of this. Gracie Ann, your biological father, or your biological grandfather on your mother's side, okay, his name is Larry Brooks Jr. You have several aunts on that side. That is your mother's biological father. He's also a Marine. To me, he's always been a great guy, a very nice guy. If you want to know who your biological father is on your mother's side, it is Larry Brooks Jr. Larry Brooks Sr. was in the nursing home last I checked because he had a couple strokes and stuff. But Larry Brooks Jr. is a really nice guy. He's a Marine also. Your daddy, me, right now, this guy you're talking to right now, Jeffrey William Patrick Jansen. I am a Marine, and I'm very proud of being a Marine. Now, for my name, I am adopted at birth. Your mother's going to use that against me, but I was adopted at birth. This is one of the greatest families ever. My father is William E. Jansen, William Edward Jansen. He's named after his fathers and grandparents. Now, even though I was adopted at birth, I lost my mom of cancer. My dad never remarried. Half the reason why I don't date and stuff because right now, Gracie, is because of you. And if you ever want to know that. Now, as far as who my biological parents, I don't know. I never went looking for them. Never had a need. I was never given a need to look for them. I don't want to look for them. I love you with my entire heart, Gracie. Now, let's see here. Let's try to keep on subject. You have an aunt, Ann Teresa Jansen, okay, who is now Ann Teresa Nixon. You have a uncle named Santee Nixon, okay. His mother and dad are from Quincy, but now they live in Florida. Santee's a very nice guy, a dean of students, and works with kids. And they have three right now. I've got three nephews. You've got three cousins, Liam, Jude, and River. Liam's the oldest, Jude's the middle, and River's the youngest. Alright. You have family all over the world. From the Marine Corps. Marines will protect you. If you come to them and tell them who I am, there will be a list. You will be able to find a list within all my personal belongings and everything else. There is an entire team of 2/8, 2nd Battalion 8th Marines. We're not just friends and try to stay in touch. We are family and we stick together in everything we do. They will be there for you in a heartbeat if something happens. Marines, look out for Marines, especially Marines in our unit, because we are an infantry unit. Now, how did I get my middle name? William is named after my dad, Patrick. I took that on as my confirmation name because of my mother, Patricia. Okay, that's my mom's name, Pat Coon. So I took on as my confirmation name, Patricia Coon. We are Catholics. I know your mother is Methodist, and they go to the Methodist church, but they don't really take you. They just use it as an excuse. But